everyone. How you doing today? It is the first Saturday of the year. Can you believe it? Wow. So I'm not gonna hold you all long. So we're gonna have a nice and gentle flow to bring in the new year, and happy new year to everyone. Hopefully you had some great plans last weekend. Comment below and tell me what did you do. What while you're doing that, here are some things that I like to have in my practice. Of course, my mat, and as you see, I'm putting leaves on it. Have my two blocks, and thank you for joining me. I have my bolster, have my strap, and as you notice, I don't have my bottled water, but that's okay. I am working on getting some things in order, and drinking water and bringing my water is on that list. So I have my sweat towel, my lesson plan book, and I'm praying that the wind is good to me. And yes, it's cold down here, but I am hoping that the wind is good to me. So we're going to start our silent meditation out in Hero's Pose, and I'm gonna give you some different variations to get into that. So one is you can use your pillow. And in this Hero's Pose, we're going to have the knees out wide. So you can sit back or you can stay up, whichever one is good for you. And as you can tell, I am so easily distracted. So you can put one hand over the heart and one hand over the belly, or you can put both hands over the heart, or you can just place them over the thigh. So whatever. And even if this is not your jam, just get into your favorite resting pose. So it's all about you and how you move. So let's go ahead and get started. And then if the knees thing is, like I said, if that's too much, you can also sit in the easy seat position. Just lay straight back. Just whatever pose you're looking for. And this is one variation where you put the bolster down and you put your knees on top. And another one is you can put it up under and sit on it like that. So this is another way. So pick and choose with me. All right. So we're going to go on into our quiet meditation, and I will mind the time. And something just came to me while, and I know we're in our quiet meditation, but I am in Campbell. Sorry. But heroes, you can be down here. So either one. So you can be up or down. It doesn't matter. Sorry to interrupt your quiet time. Alright, so let's slowly come out of that. And we're going to go into a frog pose. So if you were already up in the upright position, there was a reason why I had you to widen your base, because we're going to go into frog, and this is where the feet go out and we bring our hearts down to the mat. So let me show you how it's going to look from the side. And your feet go out. Like that. And if that is too much, you can just extend it, bring the legs together and just extend them straight out. And let's extend our hands straight out if we can. Let's bring our hands back in. Come back up. Then we're going to come into a child's pose. So still keep the stance as wide as you have it. Bring the feet back in. Bring them back out wide. Bring the feet back in. And we're still going to bring our hearts back down to the mat. And it's okay if your hamburger buns don't touch your ankle. Slowly come back up. And let's remove any props from our mat if we are using any. And we're going into our first downward facing dog of the class. And I have different ways to get in it. So you can have your blocks at the medium setting. So you can go straight back. Or you can have them on the low setting and go straight back. Or if you don't have any at the moment, just use what we have. And just go straight back. And let's let a few rounds of deep breath go. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's walk our feet to our hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Let's sit in this fold for a little bit. We're moving with ease today. Just go from side to side. Back to stillness. Slowly come back up. Nice, generous bend. Stay here. Breathe in that nice, generous bend. Bring hands to heart center. And before we start our practice, let's go ahead and set our intention for our practice. Longest is present, positive, simple? I can't think right now. My mind is distracted right now. But long as it's simple, positive, and present, you can donate. I mean, yeah, you can dedicate it to someone in your community, dedicate it to yourself, your family, your friends, or anything like that. And I don't know why these people keep trying to come down this hill. Woo. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and set our intention. And you can also use mantras. You can use scriptures. Good morning. Scriptures, affirmation, things like that. All right, let's seal that in. A few rounds of breath on that. Halfway left. And we're going to step back into our chaturanga. So that is our high plank, low plank, upward facing dog to our downward facing dog. And if you have your blocks, go ahead and use those as well. Don't be afraid to use them. I use them. So this is our high plank, our low plank, our upward facing dog to our downward facing dog. And let me tell you, some days gotta have a chat session in the middle of class. Some days you're gonna use your knees, and some days you are not. So just take it easy on yourself. It's a practice. That's why we gotta keep at it. And I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to me as well. Get up into our downward facing dog. Let's stand up on our toes. And then just do any type of movement your body feels in here. So you can bend one knee, then the other, or you can just stand still. Bring our feet to our hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Let's stay in this forward fold. And slowly. And that's why I tell y'all those $100 pants. I'm wearing the $100 pants, and you see that I'm pulling them up every 5 seconds. Stay here in our deep, generous back bend. Bring our hands to first center. Let's do that one more time. Right back into our chaturanga. So again, don't be afraid to use your blocks. And you can step back whatever foot you want to step back with. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, to your downward facing dog. Bring your feet to your hands. Doesn't matter how high I roll these pants, they just keep rolling down. Let's halfway lift. fold. Let's stay in this forward fold. Let's just move from side to side. Let's go, come back to steering. Slowly come back up. Had that nice generous breathing. Let's widen our stance on our mat. So we're going to come into a forward fold. So we still got our hands at our heart center. Let's bring them to our waist. Bring them to our hips, our waist. And we're going to slowly bend over. Here's another way to have use your block. Get that low back release. So let's have a bend in our knee. If you can, let's walk our hands to the back. Rest your head on your block if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. Bring the hands back up to the center. Bring the block back out to the front. Let's just hang out here. Come up on our toes. Come back on our heels. Back on our toes. Shake the hips out. Because I know we opened them the first thing in the morning. Bring the heels back down to the mat. And let's bring it in a little bit. Let's come into our Buddha squat. So we can come on in some. So here's where you can use your blocks to sit on top of. And again, if this is too much, you can just come into a easy seated position. Back down to the mat. Lift the hamburger buns up. Straighten out the legs. In this forward fold. Remove the blocks. And let's come back to our chaturanga. So that's our high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, to our downward facing dog. Feel free to move. Hold on, y'all. Feel free to move organically in your down. I just can't have my pants rolling. Walk your feet to your hands. It's just something about that I just cannot. And we lift, fold, slowly come back up. How about if I tuck them in this way? See if that'll work. Stay in that generous back here. Bring that hands or center. And let's just do a little mini rest. Just to stand. Put our hands to our hearts. Right now, let's come back. Yes, I got my pants. I got my shirt tucked in my pants. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that will help with keeping my pants from rolling down. It's just something I just do not like. It's what a pet peeve of mine. I just don't like that. All right, so let's go back into our forward fold. So let's get our blocks. Have it in position, ready to go. Bring those hands to your waist or your hips. No, that didn't work either. All right, so now you see that some athletic wear is not actually made for working out. It's just made for being pretty. All right. Forward fold. Bring the hands to the mat or your block if you're using one. Let's get in that low back stretch. Let's put a nice generous bend in those knees. Come up on your toes. Back on your hips. Up on your toes. Back. Your back is going to be good. Let's bring them hands to the back. Bring this. Let's come back through to the front. Come back around, and we're going to do our last chaturanga of the class. Last downward facing dog of the class. Yay! All right, we're going to come into our high plank, low plank. Woo, wait a minute. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog to our downward facing dog. Come down to our knees. Woo. Look like the more I tried, it didn't work. Well, that's okay. All right. So we are up off of those feet, but your low back is going to feel real good. All right. Let's bring our knees to our chest. Let's just rock rock from side to side. Let's cross the feet. Grab the big toes. Alright. Let's place the feet on the mat. We're just gonna twist to the, let me see, left, right. Back to the center. Over to the other side. And we are going to end class the same way we started class, if you want to. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead, or you can just lay straight back. I sure do miss my water right about now, but it's my fault. It's absolutely my fault. So let's get into our resting. So you can have your palms face down, palms up, one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly, both over the heart. So it's whatever you want to do. It is your practice, and I will be minding the time. to either side. Stay there for a minute, for a few seconds. We're going to slowly come back up to an easy seated position. We're going to place both hands over our heart, and we're going to end our practice with a few rounds of deep breathing. We're going to bring our thumbs to our third eye. I honor the light in you. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. The first Saturday of the year. Thank you so very much. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for every like, every comment, the feedback. Just thank you for attending my lives. That means so much to me. Thank you so very much. And I'm gonna go and let you enjoy the first Saturday of the year. I keep